And on to business now. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, says President Bola Tinubu has successfully secured over 20 billion US dollars in investment for Nigeria. The Vice President said investment include $14 billion from India and 250 million US dollars from the Netherlands, with commitment of 500 million US dollars each for lithium development in Nasarawa State and from Germany. Special Advisor on Economic Affairs to the Vice President, Mr. Tokpe Fashua, said this in Lagos, explaining that the achievement is part of federal government strategies to tackle economic challenges amidst global uncertainties. According to the VP, the next few years will be full of positive achievements, improvement in standards of living, higher productivity, food security, bumper harvest, and remarkable achievement with the guidance and contribution of all Nigerians, including private sector players. Elsewhere, the federal government is once again reaffirming its commitment to end gas flaring across the country by 2030. This is according to the Minister of State for Environment, Dr. Isiaq Salako, in Abuja at the inaugural workshop on the quarterly reporting of utilization efforts and initiatives toward the reduction of carbon footprint in Nigeria. The minister said data shows that from 2016 to date, 1.62 billion metric tons of gas worth of $5.64 billion had been flared. They said the ministry is determined to change this scenario, which was in line with the commitment of the country to end gas flaring by 2030. The minister said effort of the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency led to the development of a mechanism for fact-checking gas flared volumes. In the meantime, the National Bureau of Statistics says prices of rice, gari, tomato, beans, yam, and other food items increased in April 2024. The Bureau said this in its Selected Food Prices Watch report for April 2024 released in Abuja. The report shows that the average price of 1 kilogram of local rice increased by 155.93% from 546.7 naira recorded in April 2023 to 1,399 naira 34 kobo in April 2024, while the average price of 1 kilogram of white gari increased by 134.98% on a year-on-year basis from 362 naira 50 kobo recorded in April last year to 851 naira 81 kobo in April this year. On a month-on-month basis, 1 kilogram of white gari increased by 13.59% from 749 naira 89 kobo recorded in March 2024. The NBSA is also disclosed that the average price of 1 kilogram of tomato increased by 131.58% on a year-on-year basis from 445 or 485 naira 10 kobo in April 2023 to 1,123 naira in April this year. On a month-on-month basis, the price increased by 17.06% from 959 naira recorded in March 2024. And on a state profile analysis, the report showed that in April 2024, the highest average price of 1 kilogram of local rice was recorded in Niger at 1,000 naira and 785, while the lowest recorded was in Benue. A financial expert has shed more light on the recent hike in the CBN's monetary policy rate. Recall on Tuesday, the CBN raised the benchmark interest rate by 150 basis points to 26.25% from 24.75%. According to the Managing Director and CEO of Coronation Group Limited, Mr. Wole Onosonya, while the current high interest rate environment may impact the borrowing costs for businesses, it also presents opportunities for players in the capital market. Mr. Onosonya was speaking on our flagship program, Business Nigeria.
What the high interest environment does for them is that it makes borrowing more expensive, right? So it affects their profitability. Some will even decide maybe not to take the loan at all. So there's a challenge there. Now, if we're looking at the retail market, what it does is that it creates an opportunity for, like I said earlier, the retail market to invest, in fixed income securities that are offering high returns. You have commercial papers right now, that are paying as much as 10% per annum. So you have a situation where, it creates that, so there's that knowledge gap, like I said. So it doesn't matter how much you are earning or how much you have to invest, whether it's 1,000 naira a month, 5,000 naira a month, or much more than that.
And outside Nigeria, Asian stocks fell earlier today as strong U.S. economic data bolstered the prospect of interest rates staying higher for longer, and the Federal Reserve taking its time in cutting rates, keeping investors away from risky assets. MSCI's Broadex Index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan fell 1% and was on course for a 1.5% weekly decline, snapping a full-week winning streak. Japan's Nikkei fell 1%. The risk-averse mode is set to continue in Europe, with the Euro Stoxx 50 futures down 0.44% and FTSE futures 0.75% lower. China stocks fell, with the blue chip stocks opening 0.43% lower as China's military started its second day of war games around Taiwan. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was 1.27% lower. And Japan's core inflation declined for a second straight month in April, likely signaling that the Bank of Japan will be patient and raise an interest rate as consumption remains fragile. The Ministry of Internal Affairs says the nationwide core consumer price index, which excludes fresh food items, rose 0.2% or 2.2% from a year earlier after gaining 2.26% in March, matching the median market forecast. The inflation data is seen as key to further decisions on rate hikes by the Bank of Japan, which wants to push interest rates higher, albeit gradually, after ending negative rates in March in a landmark shift away from its decade-long super ease monetary policy. Japanese economy contracted an annualized 2% in the first quarter on weak consumption, while inflation-adjusted real wages declined for 2 straight years through March as the rising cost of living outpaced nominal wages. U.S. jury has hit chipmaker Micron Technology with about $445 million in damages for violating net-leased patent rights in memory model technology for high-performance computing. The U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas agreed with NetLeast that Micron's semiconductor memory product infringed 2 NetLeast patents related to the technology for improving the capacity and performance of memory models. The jury also included that Micron infringes the patent full, which could lead to a judge multiplying the damages by up to 3 times. NetLeast won about $303 million verdict against Samsung in the same court last year in a related dispute over high-performance computer memory patent. Micron representative did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the verdict at the time of the judgment. Well, that's all for business. Coming up next is sports. Please stay with us.